Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel Infinity Dove Tarot and Dowsing. Today I wanted to read on Anaya and Carl, second place winners in this year's Love Island USA. Disclaimer, this reading is for entertainment purposes only. Tarot is a symbolic tool and does not establish facts about public figures. Everything in this reading is my interpretation of the cards and its imagery. So today we're going to look at Anaya and Carl. I want to find out, how does Anaya truly feel about Carl and vice versa? What are their true intentions towards each other, and what will their future actions be in the near future? I'm using my gypsy spread method, and let's see what story unfolds. Okay, today I'm working with the Lucky in Love Oracle, and I'm not sure what the name of this oracle is. I got it off Etsy. If anyone's interested, let me know and I'll find out. Okay. So, let's see what's going on here. The theme of the reading is based on the card on the bottom of the deck, and it was the Three of Pentacles. As you can see, this man is putting up a picture. His wife is helping him. His mother is watching. It's a group effort. There's work happening, and then work is beneficial for all, and all are utilizing their skills to assist. So this is telling me that both of them genuinely want to work on the relationship, but this relationship is also literally work because they are a public couple now. So their relationship can lead to interviews and appearances, brand deals, opportunities beyond the villa. So from the very beginning, love and work are already intertwined. They both seem willing to put effort into this, but effort is going to be required because this relationship immediately enters the public eye. Now, row 1 represents the past. Or actually, in this reading, it represents the present, right, where we are right now. Row 2 represents the near future, and row 3 represents the further future. And we're not calling out exactly how far along that is. We'll see how it unfolds. But in row 1, the relationship is the Wheel of Fortune. So they're both feeling very lucky to have found each other, lucky to have gotten as far as they got in the contest, and lucky that life has suddenly opened doors for them. There's excitement and momentum and optimism. They are genuinely feeling good, and they believe that something good has come out of this experience. But it is clarified by, this is only temporary. So be aware of that. The wheel turns. It doesn't stay like this forever, and I have a feeling it's not going to stay like this for long. Anaya's card, her feelings for, I almost said Zach, her feelings for Carl are the Magician and sabotage. The Magician isn't just about manifestation in this deck. Look at the imagery. There is a scientist here in his laboratory, carefully studying his invention and making adjustments to try and improve it. And that's exactly how Anaya's energy feels towards Carl. She believes she can make this relationship work, right? And she believes she can build something real with him. But she immediately starts noticing little things that she'd like to change. She wants to refine him, to improve him, to adjust him. There's a perfectionist quality here. She genuinely likes him. Genuinely. I know she loves that word. She genuinely likes him, but she also immediately starts noticing things about him that she would like to change. And she's already beginning to pick at little things. And that becomes one form of sabotage. The other layer is that this could be outside pressure, social media criticism, gossip, public opinion. naysayers also become wrecking balls swinging toward the relationship before it's even had a time to breathe. So the sabotage feels both internal and external. Now, Carl's feelings are the Knight of Cups, and please forgive me. I actually think his attraction towards Anaya is genuine. The Knight of Cups enjoys romance. He enjoys conversation. He enjoys pursuing someone that he likes. He seems very comfortable talking with Anaya and emotionally connecting with her. But then we get please forgive me. The imagery shows another attractive woman walking by on this beach. Whether he made a comment, or he looked a little too long, or flirted unintentionally, or simply found himself in a situation that required an apology, it feels like Carl is already learning how to navigate Anaya. He's already saying, I'm sorry, and trying to smooth things over, trying to understand her sensitivities. He's attracted to her, but he's also realizing this relationship requires careful handling and a lot of work. So they genuinely, oops, I dropped a card, hold on. So they genuinely feel lucky to have found each other. They both want to make the relationship work. But almost immediately, Anaya begins trying to improve Carl, while Carl finds himself apologizing and learning how to navigate the relationship. Outside pressures also add more strain. Coming up in the near future, this hasn't played out yet. The emotional tone shifts kind of, you know. We go from feeling lucky, I can make things happen, I feel like I can make this happen, yeah, I'm attracted, I want this to work, to the Five of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Hangman. The Five of Cups speaks of disappointment, sadness, and emotional distance beginning to develop. Then the Oracle clarifies with the reversed obsession, but it's reversed. So it's this devil head, right? The devil is obsessed. And a lot of people, especially young people nowadays, they want a relationship where, you know, the other partner or party is obsessed with them. I don't know why they want that. That's not healthy. But anyway, to me, this isn't about a healthy obsession, or if there is a healthy one, but it's about obsession disappearing. It's about the honeymoon phase beginning to cool, to fade. The initial intensity is fading. The lust, if you will, is beginning to dissipate. The challenge becomes maintaining attraction and emotional momentum once they're no longer living inside the Love Island bubble. Anaya's intentions towards Carl are the Four of Swords and petty. At first glance, it looks like she's pulling away from Carl, right? This is the card of I need a break, I want to separate, and I need some space. But I don't think that that's what the cards are saying here. I think that she's just tired from everything having to do with the show and all that, you know, it put her through. And she wants peace. She wants to step away from the pettiness around the relationship, the social media, the gossip, the comments, the criticism, everybody having an opinion about what they should or shouldn't be doing. She just needs some breathing room. It's less about taking a break from Carl and more about taking a break from everything surrounding Carl. During this quiet time, I do feel like she is still thinking about him. This card says, I think about you all the time. Carl's intentions are the Hangman. And I love you reversed. So this is where I think that their pacing begins to differ. The Hangman is in pause. He's in suspension. He's waiting. He's reflecting. Then we've got I love you upside down. I don't think this necessarily means that he doesn't have feelings for Anaya. I think he does have feelings for Anaya. He got the Knight of Cups. I do think that he has feelings for Anaya. But I don't think he's ready to say I love you yet. One person may move emotionally faster than the other. That's what this implies. And I could even see a situation where Anaya expresses deeper feelings first, perhaps. She's the one who says I love you first to Carl. And Carl is hesitating and says, I'm just not there yet. Give me more time. The Hangman doesn't reject the relationship. He simply isn't ready to deepen it at the same speed as the other party. So this row is telling me that the honeymoon phase is beginning to fade, perhaps for Carl. Anaya wants peace away from the outside noise, while Carl wants more time before fully deepening the emotional commitment. I do feel that they remain together, especially since they're probably going to be on Beyond the Villa. There's a working relationship. So I do feel that they maintain status quo. But they're processing the relationship at a different pace. In the future, or near or further future, I like to say, we have the Three of Wands, the Tower, and the Fool. Now, the Tower doesn't automatically mean a breakup. It means a major issue has to be addressed. See, the key word here is crisis, and we see two people arguing, and it's heated. So it's clarified by, 3 clarifiers fell out. We got let's take it slow. You're giving me mixed signals, and compatible. So this combination is pretty fascinating to me because nobody's really saying they aren't compatible. They're saying that they're moving at different speeds, and one person wants reassurance now, probably Anaya, and the other says slow down, probably Carl. Anaya's future actions is the Three of Wands. Three of Wands clarified by I want you and I think about you all the time. So I noticed this I think about you all the time shows a calendar. So she's like expecting to meet with him. There's a day already allotted on the calendar for when they'll travel to meet. Three of Wands means travel, a distance, usually overseas, but it does mean travel. And expectancy. There's every intention and expectancy of meeting up with Carl that she carries. She's absolutely continuing to invest in this relationship. She wants to see him. She wants to visit with him. She's planning future time together. She thinks about him constantly. The calendar's telling me that they're already discussing visiting each other or scheduling time together once things settle down. So she isn't giving up on this relationship. She's hopeful. Keyword is hope. Now, Carl's future actions towards Anaya is the Fool, clarified by take a chance. The Fool wants freedom, but not necessarily freedom from Anaya, right? I think that This is more about wanting the relationship to develop naturally without feeling boxed in to an immediate commitment. I don't think Carl's about getting too serious too quick. He's willing to take the chance on the relationship, right? He's willing to take the chance, take the risk. It's a long distance relationship. He's willing to take a chance on it, but he's not ready to say I love you yet. Okay? And he doesn't want to be boxed into an immediate commitment. He wants to experience things step by step instead of racing towards forever. And the final outcome card is the Ten of Swords. And we can fix this. So this is where the relationship is ultimately headed, right? The imagery on the card shows someone walking away. The male figure is walking out, and the female figure is sitting on the ground crying her eyes out. But the oracle card changes the tone. We can fix this. So this tells me at least one person doesn't want the relationship to end. Now this is how the relationship will end in the further future, where it's headed. It's headed for, unfortunately, a bad end, a painful ending. The Ten of Swords is a painful ending. Don't know how far down the future that is, but that's where it's headed ultimately. A painful ending, where one person still believes they can fix this. But in the short term, and relationships can be complex, and I don't want to be too broad. Let's just see. I actually think what happens first is the Tower. Having trouble picking it up. There we go. They finally do meet. They're going to meet in the future, probably in Colorado, wherever it is Carl's from. I feel like she's the one who travels to him. And when they finally meet, they're going to spend some time together outside the villa, and difficult conversations are going to happen about, the distance and whether or not we can make this work. And I feel like one person says, let's take it slow, let's slow it down. It's probably going to be Carl. Could be vice versa, but that's what these cards are leaning towards. But it could flow the other way. We'll see. The other here is mixed signals, right? Wait a minute. You said this. You promised me that. Yada da da da. Now you're saying this. And it kind of becomes a heated conversation. And then there's a separation. One person leaves feeling hurt, probably leaving the trip feeling hurt because they wanted more certainly than the other was willing or ready to give. So whether that's just how their first visit together plays out or how ultimately their relationship plays out, I'm not sure. This is what the cards are telling me. That's what I see in the cards. Whether they ultimately permanently break up or simply are going through a rough patch, I'm not sure. But I'm trying to read it softer, so I'm going to assume it's a rough patch that they're trying to work on. We can fix this. Notice it says we, not I can fix it, it says we. So I don't think that they end their first visit together on a good note, but they're both willing to work on things and try and fix things. Yeah. Okay. So they continue trying, and they make plans, and I already said all that. Now, column 1 represents Anaya's energy, column 3 represents Carl's energy, and column 2 represents the relationship. So Anaya's story arc is pretty much consistent. She believes in the relationship. She believes she can manifest this. She can make this happen with the Magician. She believes in the relationship. She wants to make it work. 3 of Pentacles. She wants also and needs some peace and recovery from the outside world and from the villa. She needs some time to breathe. But she is planning to continue things and invest with Carl. She's waiting for him. She's thinking about him all the time, and she wants him, right? And her feelings look genuine for Carl, pretty much. Her feelings look pretty genuine for him. Now, Carl's energy, he has the Knight of Cups, the Hangman. I'm not going to pick them all up. The Hangman and the Fool. So Carl also appears genuine, but his emotional pacing is completely different than Anaya. He begins romantically, but becomes cautious in the middle, and ends wanting to take a chance, but for things to develop naturally instead of rushing in. I don't see deception from Carl. I just see a hesitation. And he seems to need more time before making deeper emotional promises than Anaya does. And that's because he's older. The relationship itself, we got the Wheel, the 5 of Cups, and the Tower, ending in the 10 of Swords. Yeah. The relationship itself starts off from a genuinely fortunate place. Their second place runners up. They almost won this thing. The honeymoon phase, though, begins to cool, and there's a lust that's dissipating. That's the biggest challenge. And it could be because there is a distance between them. The Tower forces a difficult conversation about where the relationship is actually going. And the 10 of Swords shows that someone is going to get hurt at the result of this conversation. But they feel they can fix this, which tells me neither side walks away easily. Someone still believes that there's something worth saving. So I believe that their feelings are genuine. I don't think either person enters this relationship pretending, right? I'll give them that. They both want to see where things go. And they both feel lucky to have found each other. And they both want to work on it. The problem isn't authenticity that I see. The problem is the pacing. And Anaya appears emotionally ready to build something serious much sooner than Carl. And Carl appears to genuinely care, but wants more time before matching that level of emotional commitment. Outside pressure, online criticism, misunderstandings, and different expectations will slowly create tension and possibly sabotage what is. But I do think that they will continue to see each other, to see if they can make things work. But unless they find a way to get into the same emotional timeline, the cards suggest the ultimate outcome will be one of a painful ending. Most likely him walking away and her left crying about the situation. I'm sure he'll be sad too. But that's what I see. That's what I see for Anaya and Carl. I hope that you enjoyed the reading. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed. Thank you in advance to all my subscribers. I appreciate you. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. And if you have any suggestions for future readings, please leave them in the comment section. I do consider all suggestions, but I don't necessarily, can't necessarily do them all. And some of them I won't do because I don't know if it holds enough curiosity for the collective to do a reading for some of the people that you are naming to me. So make sure it's a popular subject that you want to know about, and that way I'll more than likely get to it. All right, thanks for tuning in. If you'd like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. Take care for now. Bye.